Hello all, Jamie Rodgers here from Craftmania, and today we are bringing you another Art Deco inspired quick card. Now this one we'll make in just a couple of minutes, but it's all about showing you how to bring the components together and how it works. If you haven't already seen the incredible Art Deco collection by Sue Wilson, check out the Craftmania website where you'll find the whole collection, and it'll even be on a cheeky little offer at the time we've uploaded this video, so grab them while we've got them on offer. So we're going to start off by making our background. Now this is a real simple technique, nothing complicated here at all. We're going to be playing with some of our Aurora flakes. Now if you've not seen Aurora flakes before, these are amazing. They are a gilding flake which has been coloured. There's a few colours on the Craftmania website. We're going to be using the golden rose. Now when we open these up, we have got full-on glitz. Look at that. Oh. So we've got the pinks, we've got the golds in here, it's beautiful. To work with these, we can use them over any sticky surface. So whether you've drawn your name or dates or occasions with a quickie glue pen and you would like to highlight that, or whether you've seen the technique I like to do, which I refer to as parquet flooring, by putting the flakes over double-sided tape or foam tape and then cutting them and building up like a floorboard pattern, or whether you wish to just use them with anything that's sticky really, you absolutely can, including self-adhesive sheets, which is what I've got here. And I've gone ahead, I've put it onto a piece of bright white card, and it's now ready to take on whatever I would like to put over the top of it. So we're going to bring in our lovely gilded flakes, or Aurora flakes I should say, and we're going to give them a little sprinkle. And then we can go ahead and bring in one of our applicator sponges. We can always add more, which I think we probably will in a second, but it's easier to add more than to have to put it away. So we're going to use the applicator sponge and we're just going to burnish this down, going all over the pattern or panel. Now, if we would have preferred, we could have laid down a lacy dye first of all, and then we could be infilling the areas instead. Or we could, of course, do a background like this and we can then die cut from it, or we could put it through an embossing folder. And to be honest, you can even colour on top of these with alcohol markers. So if your pattern or folder or design lends itself to adding a bit of colour on top, there's no reason why you can't. So we'll carry on and we'll fill in this whole sheet so that we've got a nice delicate pattern. Now what I'm trying to do here is show you how you can use these really little fine bits and you're going to end up with a very delicate colour coverage like here. Or we can go for the more chunky bits out of the pot and we'll have this style of coverage that we've got in the middle. And it's just down to you whether you use the finer bits or keep adding on the larger flakes and then using them first. I like a mix. I like it to have the chunky bits and the fine bits all on one panel, because then I think we get to see more when we sort of layer up and add more to the top of it. Any of the fine dust bits that are left, or if you've got any chunky bits left, then of course we can just pop them back into the pot and we can use them another day. Another technique that's great with these is if you use clear texture paste over the top of a stencil and then take away your stencil, sprinkle on the Aurora flakes, let the texture paste dry and then burnish across the top with one of the applicator sponges. It will stick to wherever the texture paste was, and that looks really good. So that's worth playing around with if you've not seen it done before as well. Then I've got a piece of our gold mirror card and I've sent it through the machine using the Tidal Sands embossing folder. It's an 8x8 folder and it's lovely whether we're looking at it as a deboss or an emboss. But we're going to go for it being embossed this time so that we have that lovely gold shining through. We're going to add this on with some Cosmic Shimmer Dry as Clear Glue, which I've decanted into one of the little ultrafine bottles so that I know that I've got a real precise, delicate application. We're going to place our panel down and then we're going to build up on top of that with a bit of white card, and we're going to use this again with our Cosmic Shimmer glue so it's relatively flat. I know that the bits I'm putting on the top are going to be quite raised, so I don't want everything to be too raised because it'll make the card quite thick. We'll place that one down and then we're going to bring in one of the panels that I'd already done earlier because I've gone ahead and I've put some foam tape on the reverse of it so it's ready to stick down. Now is the time I want to start bringing in some depth. So I've gone for 3mm foam tape on the back of this panel because I did want it to stand off the card slightly, or as much as possible really. Then we're going to start bringing in our filigree panels. Now I've got a few of these and this is quite important. This is really what this little quick demo is about, is picking the different pieces to cut out using your lovely Rosette die set. So you can see here I've got 3 different versions and we step down with each of them. The first one is full on lace. The next one, we've cut the aperture in the middle, but we've left this lovely cross section. And then the last one is the most open one, where we've just used the octagon to cut out the centre. So if you're a scrapbooker, you might like to use this one. Maybe for a card maker, you'd like to use this one on the outside, and then put a little sentiment on the middle on the inside of this one. But it's all to play for. It's down to you how you wish to use them and which one you'd like to use at which stage. For my effect, we're going to actually layer them on and tunnel them up. And I'll show you the dies in a second so you can see how I've achieved this effect. But we're going to take the foam pads off of the reverse. And at this point, I've swapped. So if you remember, we used 3mm foam tape on the pink layer, or the Aurora flake layer. This time I'm going for 1mm foam tape. And you'll find all of these different widths on the Craftmania website. But 1mm can be quite nice because it gives you a shadow, it gives you a little bit of a lift, but it's not too heavy for posting. We're then going to step down to the next panel. So we're just going to pick the one with that little framework in it. And again, we've got our foam tape on the reverse here, so we can take this away. Once again, 1mm foam tape. And I've just cut this down, actually on a guillotine. If you're wondering how I've got the thin strips, I do this on a guillotine. I take the self-adhesive lid, the piece that we removed before we put the flakes on, and I stick my tape to it, and then I guillotine it actually on that, and it prevents the guillotine from sticking to it. So this layer that we took away earlier, this piece, is completely great for doing that. Literally put your tape on here, and then you can run it through your guillotine and cut down the strips as thin as you'd like them to be. You can also use your scissors, and it will stop the foam gunking up your scissors if you haven't got the right non-stick scissors. I always think they're great little bits of sort of plastic sized paper. I'm not too sure what it is or how it's made, but they're great because they're also non-stick. So if you was to use it as a paint palette while you're doing your sort of intricate inky works and bits like that, that works as well. We're then going to bring in the top layer for this stack, and we're going to place that one down on there. Now, I did promise you I'd talk to you about the dies. So to achieve this effect, what I've done is I've taken a stitched edge square. I've then taken the main panel from the Rosette die. Now we have an outside edge to this one, and if we was to use it with it, it would of course cut that out and you would have the shape as you see it. But I didn't want that, I wanted it to stay within the square. So I've left that one out of the way and I've placed that on there. And then it's just down to which level we're cutting. So the top level of our sort of invertage as such is with that part put in place. For the next level down, I've removed this one. I've put in the sort of cross-edged one, and I've placed into the centre of that the next level down, so that it again cuts out that middle and we can step down into the design. And then for the last one, I've left out both of these and I've put the filigree piece in the centre, and that's what's given us that full-on doily style of effect that we had on the base layer. So it's all about which ones you wish to place in at which stage to create your different levels. Then to finish this card off nice and simply, I've gone for one of the Art Deco sentiment panels, and I've already put just a piece of foam tape on the reverse of that, and we're going to place it down on the edge of the card. I've then used the matching insert panel with the outside bit and cut that from some gold mirror card, and we're going to add some glue around this one, again using our dry as clear Cosmic Shimmer glue, and that will give that a nice framed edge. And again, it will bring the gold forward from that backing panel that we've got with the Tidal sand embossing folder on. So we'll place that one down, let that set, and then we're going to go to our word in the middle of this. So I chose to do just a little piece of an offcut with our Aurora flakes, and I've cut the word sister from it, which is one of my little expressions that I've got. Is from the female relations set, but you'll know of my sentiment collection hopefully. There is all different sets, male sentiments, female sets, babies, weddings, Christmas. I've also recently released the alphabet set, so if you would like to put names, dates and occasions into your projects, you can do that as well. But we'll add the sister down there onto the little tab, and then for my final sort of finishing flourish, I added on one of the ribbons that you will find on the Craftmania website as well. If you haven't seen the ribbon selection yet, do go check that out. The ribbons are amazing prices, and you get whole reels, and they start off at literally like £1.29 for a roll for speciality ribbon and go up from there. But they are incredible ribbons at incredible prices, and this one in particular comes in, I believe it's 4 different colours, but I felt that was very nice. It matched the mirror card and it gave that Art Deco finish. It also matched in perfectly with the Aurora flakes that are in the background. But all of the bits and bobs I've shared with you on this video of course, can be purchased from Craftmania. As I mentioned earlier, the P&P, if you live in the UK, is capped at, is free, sorry, when you spend over £5. And if you live internationally, it's live internationally, it's capped at £10. Oh, I've got this well wrong, haven't I? Let's start from the beginning. P&P, if you live in the UK and you spend over £5, completely free. If you live internationally and you'd like to order from us, it's capped at £10. That's that automatic pilot thing. You tried to do it and it don't work. So hopefully that clarifies it. But any questions, let us know and I will do my best to answer them. Jump on the website www.craftmaniacrafts.com, or if you prefer to order by phone here in the UK, give us a ring 01493 843 666. Thank you very much for watching today's quick card. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye for now.